Thanks for recording this meeting, Jesse. That was a good idea. Um, we can probably get. Min, will you be leading this? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I can do that. And do you want to start right now? Oh, you got muted.
Yeah, we could probably start. A couple other people are probably going to trickle in, but
Yeah, oh, okay, that's fine. Do you want to talk about around our exchange work group first before we start? Maybe very
um,
briefly.
yeah, I guess we can probably more formally mention it next week. But
Oh, you want
for
to put
those,
that? Okay.
yeah, but we can just throw out there for those of you who are joining our training, but are not part of Marama's our exchange group. I think it's a great idea to join. Min and myself currently run the work group and we meet every quarter, um, like the last Wednesday of every month. At least like right now, that's like kind of our schedule this summer. Instead of doing a meeting, we're obviously doing the training because it's been a while. So if you're interested in joining the work group or you know someone who wants to join the work group, it's great. We get people present what they're working on in R. Other people will find these things useful. It facilitates discussion. You get to see some cool projects people are working on. So feel free to reach out to Min or myself or Jesse Carpenter, who's also on the call, if you're interested.
Okay, sounds good. I think we can start. And again, welcome everyone to this pre-training meeting. So we scheduled this meeting to answer any question you might have, and also we want to introduce how to set up a library path, and also how to download the library and install library, something like that. So, and maybe I also want to introduce how we want to do the training for the 2 weeks later. So basically, we're gonna do 2 hour training for 1 hour, maybe two 1 hour trainings for each week. So each training, we're gonna have like a 15 minutes of lecturing and then followed by like a 5 minutes game, online game. So we design some game like a quiz where you can earn points by answering questions. And it's kind of fun, I think. Jesse tried it and I got a very positive feedback. And for the training wise, we believe that the best way to learn is by doing. Okay. So that's why we think this on hand training is very important. So we want you to open your computer and typing with us when you attend the training. So because we believe that the more you type, the better your finger muscle can memorize everything, like even functions. So it makes the coding or programming much easier. So don't do copy and paste. Try to type as much as you could. Maybe we can start from today. And to make this training more engaging or more, I mean, more funny, or I don't know how to say. So we want to invite maybe every 15 minutes, we want to invite a volunteer to share your screen. So we know, especially for the beginners, try to share your screen with us so we can see how how fast or what is the pace, right? What is the speed? So we know because the first time I do the training, I do it myself. It's not really good because sometimes uh, some people cannot follow up. So it's better that if someone has the similar like experience, like a zero or a very limited experience, if you could share your screen, and that will be much better. So people gonna watch your screen while you typing. So it's okay to make any mistakes because we learn from mistake. So no worry about this. It's not formal training. We can kind of do it like an informal way. So relax. Okay, I think we can start. I will turn off my camera when I share my screen. Okay, let's see. This is a game we're gonna use. So if you already installed RStudio, now please open it right now. Okay, this is how it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen right now, and also, I believe, not sure how many of you are in the Marama's R training teams group. If you are in that group already, and you can see that in this general channel, and there's a tab which is training prerequisites. Okay, you click that, and it will load. Okay, this is the main things we're gonna talk about today. Okay, there are like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 steps. We're gonna talk about more details today. If you don't have it, you don't have the access. I believe in the email when we send out this pre-meeting invite, there's the attachment which has the same content for today's training. So the first thing is install RStudio, and R tools with IT. For our case, we cannot install ourselves, but if you use your personal computer, maybe you can do that. So make sure you install the latest version of, if you use Windows, okay, latest version of RStudio. And Pennsylvania DP, we previously has issue. We had an issue with the latest version, so we use the much older version of R4.05. Yesterday I upgraded. Okay, I have the latest version right now, so you can see it. Okay, if you just open RStudio, right, you will see it shows the R version you are using. Okay, this is R version 4.4.1, so that is the latest version. So I'm able to install it. Hopefully you can also have it in your computer. Okay, this is basic about, I assume you have R and RStudio being installed. Okay, so next one is, okay, at the same time, if you are attending this meeting, please open RStudio on your end. Okay, so the first step 2.1, right? Open RStudio. And next is verify that Make can be found. So the purpose of this is to see if your RStudio, R tools has been installed successfully. I think some people, there's some problem for the installation of R tools. I mean, if you have problem to do that, it's not a big deal, because if you don't install, this is mainly related to how you're gonna install library, right? From the source or from the pre-compiled. I actually personally prefer not use RTool to install library because it's much faster using the binary format. So if you can pass step 2.2, that's good. If you couldn't, that's still okay. So it's not mandatory to have this R tool being installed in order to use R. But anyway, we can still try this. And what I want you to do right now is let's do this together, okay? On your computer, okay, this is RStudio, okay? What you can do is you can just simply open, right? That you will be open a console, right? Even you don't need to open a script. You can type it directly here, okay? So this is sys.which, right? Okay, type it instead of, okay, this is a parenthesis and then double quote. Okay, we won't need to use an hour for today's pre-meeting. Maybe 30 minutes should be pretty enough, I guess. Okay, then once you type this and enter, okay? After type enter, you will see this one, right? It shows make, right? And also give a path of the R tools. For example, my case. If you don't say anything, that's still okay. Okay, as I said previously, this is optional, okay, to have R tool being installed. And okay, this is good. So now we can move to 2.3. Okay. 2.3 is to set the environmental path. Okay. What you can do is, okay, type file.edit. Okay, and then parentheses. And then file.path. and then parenthesis again, and then double quote. And basically, you can just type whatever you see from this. You can type this script right here on my screen. Were you able to see my screen? Any feedback? Environment.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
we can see your screen, but it looks like someone has their hand up.
okay, I
Maybe
can.
not.
That
Okay.
was an accident.
No
That's
worries.
okay. Yeah. Okay, once you type file edit, yeah, and then press enter. Okay. Okay, do you see that? Okay, there's a file. Okay, there's file, this .r environment file will be open, right? For my case, this is the one I use to set the path, add the path of R2 to my current path. Okay, this is the one. And if you don't have this one, that's okay. But if you do have the R2 being installed, probably you want to add this first line, okay, this first line to your, to this R environment file. For my case, I didn't make any changes, okay? So I can, okay, if I make any change, once you update the path, like this one, you can save it, right? There's a save button here. You click it and it will be saved.
Min, question?
Yes.
So yeah, I tried this, but I didn't see your second line, like R slash
Our library. Our library is user, right? This one. Okay, this is the next one, right? And that's okay if you don't have it. We're gonna add it after. I think this is let's see. This is step 3. So this is how we change the default library path. Okay.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Any other questions? Okay, so you can see this line is here as well, right? You can copy and paste. Okay, don't copy and paste, type it, okay? Type as much as you could, yeah. Okay, if you are done with this step, and you can save it here, right? And then, let's see, okay.
Oh, I think we have a question.
Okay.
Oakson, or no, I don't know.
Yes.
That might be your last name.
It's
Did you have a
Jaylee.
question?
Yeah. Can you tell us what it is that we're typing in? I mean, what's behind it so that we know, you know, I got the R tools
Okay.
and stuff, but if you could kind of tell
Oh,
us.
you want to know what's the meaning of this?
Yeah.
This script? Oh, okay. So basically, you want to add the R tool to your path. So when you try to call it, your computer can find it to your path, to the path. I think there's another way to add the path as well instead of using this way, using the script. But I feel this is much easier. So you can see this. How should I explain this? The dot. Okay, let's see. If you see this path, right? And this is kind of to add. Okay, this path means it's try to append this R2's path to the current path. Basically, you add another path, R2 path to your current Windows path. So Windows will be able to find it. So that's I think that's the purpose of doing this. Does that help?
Yeah, a little bit. I'll
Okay.
see if
wanted
it makes
to-
more sense later.
I just wanted to quickly point out, for those of you who've like never even opened R before, this probably looks kind of crazy. But the top left section that Min is working in is like her script basically is what you would call that. And that's basically where you work out of, and you can like test things and try things that don't work. Yeah, so she just opened another one. You could have multiple like tabs of scripts open, and then the bottom left, your console, is basically what the R like base program is. That's why we work in RStudio, because when you work in just the console, nothing is saved. It's kind of messy and long, but that's where you like execute the script you're writing, basically. So you run things in the console, but you work in the script, basically. And then in the top right is your global environment, which will show if you have variables, data sets, tables, things like that. And then your bottom right, you can actually navigate between these different views at the top. There's files, plots, packages, help. Files will show basically your path, kind of what Min was talking about. When you work in R, you need to tell it where you're pulling files from, where you want things saved. And that's why you set a path, basically, which is the C users, Mzong, OneDrive, et cetera, that you see on Min's screen. Also, if you make any plots, they'll show up down in this right-hand corner as well, just to let everyone know. And also, R is case sensitive. That is really important. If Min is typing something with a capital letter, you need to use a capital letter. If it's lowercase, it will not work. Just trying to address some of the questions I'm seeing pop up in the chat. And for those of you who have not been added to the R Teams landing page, please let me know, and I'll make a list of names that still need to be added, and we'll have Jesse add you. And then I see Heather has a question.
Yeah, if my R folder is saved under program files and not under my user, is that where I should set this R libs user path, or is that critical?
Well, the steps we're doing right now is like we are setting it, so I think that's okay for now, unless I'm wrong, Min.
It depends. So for our case, the default folder, library, because we're gonna install library very frequently, right? So make sure you have the access to the path, the default path. For our case, for some case, you don't have the admin, you may not be able to install library. So that in that case, you probably want to change the default library path under your own user, so where you have the access. Another way is even we have the access to default path, that is on OneDrive for our case. OneDrive, many times because there's space, that's cause a problem as well. We had problem download and install library. So that's the reason there's another step. Okay, step 3, that's going to help us to change the default library path. So this is optional, but it's highly recommended. That's my preferred way. And maybe you can learn how to change that, and you can make a decision if you want to change the path or not. And also we're gonna step 3.1, you're gonna see where is your library path by call the function lib paths. Okay, so that's the next step we're gonna introduce to you, and I feel it is good. Just give an overview of this the interface of RStudio. Actually, we also have a I think in the first lesson, first training course, we're gonna have another similar introduction as well to introduce the interface. So we can talk more about the interface at that moment as well. There any other questions?
I see a couple people with their hands raised.
Okay.
Leanne, do you still have a question?
Yes, hi, this is Leanne. I am pretty new to R. So I have a question for the R tools. I happen to download the latest version of R tools. I think it's R tools 4.4. But when I run the last command where you generate the path, it still shows R tools 4.0. Do I need to change that, or will it work? On the top left, on the R environment file.
Here, right?
Yeah, mine. Yeah, mine. I have the same line as yours, but
Yeah.
I actually have RTools 4.4 installed.
Uh-huh.
So will this work on my?
Okay, you can test it, right? To give it a try if you can work it or not. How can you test it? Is we can show you how can you test it. Okay, if you go to the okay, step 4.2. Okay, here, and instead of doing type equals to binary. Okay, maybe this one is too. This package is too big. Maybe you can try this one 4.1, and instead of you to library, you can make the type equal to source. Okay, in that way, you can test if your installation is correct or not. For my case, I still use R. I still have this R2 4.0. I haven't installed the latest version of R2 yet. Maybe I should update it as well. And I can tell you if that will work or not using R2, the latest version of R2. And even you don't have it installed correctly, it's still okay. Yeah, it doesn't really affect how you're gonna, use this R. And RStudio, you only need R2 when you need to install the package from source, from the script instead from binary.
Okay, great. Thank
Okay,
you.
so this
will
is
try that.
optional. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, just wanted to throw in there. A couple of people are having an issue. I don't know if it's because of an update or something, but Mary posted about it in the chat. Should we maybe just have her share her screen? Because I'm honestly not sure based on the screenshot what she's looking at.
How about this? Let's finish this one and we can address the individual question. How about that? Otherwise, I'm worried, but we couldn't finish this with you.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
within an hour. How about that? How about this? Do you think that works better?
Sure.
Okay, let's finish this one and we can address the individual questions. Okay. Okay, this is about check RTools and also add RTools to the system path. And okay, the next one is, okay, this is step 3, change the default library path. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, right, it's highly recommended, especially you use the agency computer. Many times for our case, sometimes I don't have the access for certain drive, or if it's on OneDrive, sometimes I have issues. So this is how where we can change the library path. Okay, so what we can do here is okay, if you open a script or you can type in the console. Okay, what you can call is a dot. Okay, in your console you can type dot lib library lib and path. Okay, and parentheses, and then enter. Okay. So for example, in your case, right, you might have a different path than this. For example, the path 1 is the path I changed using this R environment file. For example, if you look at here, right, R libs the user, right, it's the same path. Okay, same path as the first path. This is how I changed the default path. And you can also see the second path. Second path is the path where when I install the latest version of R, which also give me a default path for the library, right? I can override. No, I should not say override. I can change it, right? Change it to another path. Okay. If you don't like your previous path, okay, go back to this R environment file and also add this second line here, okay, where you can specify the path you want to create. Okay, for my case, for example, this is for example C, the drive C, and then users, and then under users it's my name, and also under here I can make new folder, right? New folder R4.1. Okay, I create another folder as a base because sometimes, especially when I do high split, I have to, some of the libraries, they have conflicts. So I have to install the package on a whole new environment. So maybe sometimes I need to create another folder for high splits. High split, specifically for that package. Anyway, this is a base. So most of my package will be installed under this base folder. So this is the path where you want to, if you select a path to install your library, this is the place where you want to change, right? So just maybe the second script you want to type this whole script, right, to change the path. Okay. Once you change this path, and you can click save. Okay. If you click save, it won't be really updated in your system. Okay. What you need to do is go to this session and do restart R. Okay. So after restart, and then you, for example, then you type this, check this path to see if it has been updated. Okay. Control Enter, then it will be show up. Your new path will be show up here. If you see this line, if you see this path is the same as the path you specified previously, that means you already successfully changed the path of the library. So later time when you install library, all your libraries will be installed in this path where you specified. For my case, okay, this is base. You can see there's a lot of library has been installed under this path. Okay. Okay, this is whole thing about how to change the library path. Okay, this is step 3.4 is restart RStudio. You can either close the RStudio and open it again, or you can do, as I just mentioned, a session and restart R to restart the RStudio. Okay, and okay, step 4. Okay, last step is about how to install packages. And the difference, I mean, there are two ways, right, to install
This
packages.
is Alice. May I help you?
Install packages from source. Okay, usually it's very slow,
Allison, I'm
especially for
Answering your
tidyverse.
question in the chat.
Okay, I can continue. And if you install from the
Yes,
source,
sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah,
I'm
that's,
trying to answer everyone's questions in the chat. Please be
okay.
patient. I'm doing my
Okay.
best.
Yeah. Okay, we can install package from source. In that way, you will get the very latest version, or even sometimes the testing version of the package. And there's another way is using binary version. Okay, it's much faster. Okay, and it's a little bit one version behind, but it's like a more stable version. And so for my case, I mainly install binary version of the package. I have no issue with using package installed from binary at all. So I don't think, I mean, if you really want the latest version of a package and you want to install it from source, then you probably want to need to use R2. Otherwise, you don't need R2. Okay. So install package is very simple, right? You simply call install.packages, right? And what for install package, so you can, what you can do is okay, for example, you open a script, or you can just type from the console, right? For here, like install dot. Okay, sometimes you will see, right? It already shows up, right? Then you can click it, and then you can save some typing. Okay. When you install package for the first time, we also want to double quote this package name. Okay. Okay, rlong. And some arguments. Okay. There are some arguments for, I mean, install that package is like a function, right? Inside of this function, there are arguments. For example, this dependencies. Okay, you just even type DEP, right? The dependencies already shows up, and you type enter, it will automatically fill in. Okay, equals true. Okay, that means any of the dependents for this package are gonna install it for you. Okay, and next one is type, right? Type here we use type equals binary. And sometimes even don't, if you don't specify type equals binary, it will install as binary. So here is the training purpose, right? Binary. Okay. Once you type this, then you can do enter, right? For example, here, installing package into, okay, for my case, okay, C user, same zone, R 4.1 and base. This is the path I specified previously, okay. And then you will see something, okay, successfully unpacked and checked. So it should be okay if you didn't see any error message shows up. So if you can install the first one, 4.1, then you can install a collection of libraries. Okay, in this case, we use the same function, right? Install packages. But here, if you don't want to install one by one, you can call C, right? Combine C and the parentheses and and provide the list of the library names. And in this case, you will able to install multiple packages just using one script. And same thing, okay, you can specify dependencies and also type equals binary. And it takes some time to install tidyverse because it's a collection of multiple packages, which we are mostly commonly used for pre-process or process or analyze air quality data. So and also Janitor is another package I recommend to you because many times the column names are not very clean. You can use Janitor, right, to clean the names. So that's the recommended libraries as well. And I think I will stop here and we can take a look at, we can take questions. And I would think maybe I can stop sharing. And if you have any questions, you can share your screen and we can do Q&A. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
I see someone up for a hot minute. Agna, I believe. So sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Totally correct me. Did you still have a question?
Yes, hi, this is Yagna. I have a question. So I tried to download the library Tidyverse and it's giving me an error. I can't share it.
Oh yeah, it looks like, Jesse, I don't know if this needs to be done on your end, but it looks like it says only meeting organizers and presenters can share. Can we change that potentially?
Yes, let me do that real quick. Let's see. Okay. It should be good now.
Yeah, it looks good. Are you able to share now, Yagna? Okay, cool.
Okay, do you see this message?
Yeah, can you actually exit out of that and can we see your whole, I see your RStudios in the background. That would be easier to look at, to be honest.
Okay, hold on. How do I do that?
It looked like you had it pulled up behind the Teams
Here.
window, but okay.
Do you see it now?
Okay, yes. Okay, so you need to install the package using that install packages.
I did that here.
But for Tidyverse also.
I did that yesterday and it didn't work. So,
Oh.
okay, let me try it.
Okay, can you try it now and
Yeah,
maybe we can
that's
see
what I
what
was gonna do.
happens?
Okay, here.
Sure. Cool.
The link. This one, right? 4.2. That's the one you're talking about. Hold on. No install. The C one, right?
Okay, you need to actually
If you just want to install one package, you don't need a really call C combine function. Just like you install Arlong, the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just double quote and then put a tidyverse.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then dependencies.
Yeah, and you can.
Dependencies. True. Actually, I'm learning this for the first time, so.
That's okay. That's why we have this training.
Okay. All right. So, is this good?
Yeah, double check if you're typing, there's no any mistake for the typing. And I think most of the time this error is because we did not type it correctly.
Yeah, it says updating load error in installed packages.
Oh my god, Jesus.
Were you able to, I really cannot view it. If you go to the top left and select view and then zoom in, probably I can see it better.
Oh, okay. It says, okay, it's giving me error updating
Oh yeah.
loaded
Did you run
packages.
that?
Okay, let me restart it. See. Okay, so I think it worked. Okay, hold on. Uh-oh. No, it didn't. Okay. All right. Should I do view? Okay. Do you see it now?
Yeah, make it bigger and zoom in.
More. Okay. Because it said package tidyverse successfully unpacked and MD5 sums checked. But then when I tried to run it, it gave this error.
Okay, let's see your error message. Okay, error package or namespace loaded failed for tidyverse. I don't think you have this being installed correctly. It's more likely you just download a zip file and saved it to this path. It has not been unpacked. Let's see. Where is your default library, by the way?
The default library.
The library path. Did you specify this library path?
Yes, I did. Here.
Yeah, if you do
libpath.libpath, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's
So I
see.
saved it at my local drive.
Yeah, this is the local tribe, the local programmers. This library. Okay, this is the default. This is the default one, right?
Okay, because I had changed it to this one yesterday.
Okay.
So let me see.
I'm able to share this one. Okay, and let's see another one. This
Okay.
arrow.
Let me see. How do you change it? Hold on, let me change it. It's the 3.3, right? The step 3.3 is to change it.
Oh yes.
Okay, let me try doing that. User calls. Okay, let's see. Okay, it gave me error for that. Unexpected symbol.
Okay, did you see this is
Because I have a space, that's why.
this it doesn't like space. And also this this forward slash is, you know, this is different from the Windows path. It's a little bit different. If you look at that, it's called backslash, right? So when you specify that the user path, okay, you also need to change the direction. C dot C comma, right? And then it is, they call it backslash or forward slash. I always confused.
No, I think it's the slash. Hold on, let me see. I took out the spaces, but it's still not working.
Oh, you need to change this one in the .environ file. Change this path.
Okay. Should I restart? I guess, yeah. How do you restart?
You go to session,
Okay.
session restart.
Restart, right, okay. Okay, maybe I just need to change it. Okay, again.
Okay, if you look at here, okay, after you restart our session, during startup, warning message. Okay, this is a warning message. Okay, was not found. Error in. Okay, if you look at this is stats.dll. Load library failure. The specified module could not be found. I would think there's some problem with your, I don't know, with this installation or something. Because
That's what I thought yesterday, and I have a ticket for DTI to fix it, but I don't know how long it's gonna take.
Okay, it looks to me this installation has some problem here. If you look at this restart our session, right? Even you didn't do anything, you have an error message here.
Okay, maybe I'll try downloading it in a laptop and see if it gives me the error. So
okay, yeah,
because I don't want to take time, and then if it still gives me a problem, then we'll have to find something.
Yeah, you can keep us posted if you have any issue, if you want to reinstall it. I just did it yesterday, and I think it's quite straightforward.
Right. Okay. Okay. I'll try that, Min. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Okay.
I'm chatting with someone right now in the chat who is having trouble setting their path, and they've run all the lines, and it's still not in the right place. I don't know if they want to share their screen or because
I can share
honestly,
Yeah,
okay, cool. Yeah, there's really no way for us to help you without just like
Right.
looking at everything.
And that's. Would you able to see
Wait.
my screen?
Yes. But before you get into it, I just wanted to say, like, as a PSA, as you probably saw with Yagna, who was just sharing her screen, you need to make sure that if there is not a space in the guiding script that Min has written out on the training prerequisite, or that you see on her screen, do not add a space. R doesn't always work great in spaces, using spaces. It could definitely mess things up, and it all comes down to how exactly you're typing everything out. It could be just like a typo, or you forgot a parenthesis. So basically just wanted to let everyone know that it's frustrating because when you get errors nonstop, it's so frustrating. And then it turns out you just forgot a colon or a slash or something. So just a PSA, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think the main problem we want to change from OneDrive to local is because there's a space in our the long name of our OneDrive. Okay, it always causes all kinds of problems. So try to not have any space in the past. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, we can see
very
it.
unclear. I can barely see it. Yeah, if you go to view and rooming and make it rooming a little bit, that would be really appreciated.
Can you see more clearly? Yeah, I try to use this to reset my default folder, but
Yeah.
it does work successfully.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Okay, so I think you probably want to open that R environment file first. So let's see which step. If you go to step 2.3.
Okay.
File edit. Yeah, step 2.3, and open that R environment file, and then you can update the path in that file.
Oh, okay. And
File
If I may,
edit.
friend, it looks like you already have your R environment file open. It's in the top middle of your screen.
right.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is your R environment file. Okay, line 2. Okay, line 2 is there where you can add you change the library path, right? Your own path. Our library user path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can add here, line 2 here, and then save it.
Like this. And run it.
And then save it. If you look at on the, yeah, and save it. Okay, and then click session, restart. Click session, and then restart R.
Gotcha. Okay.
By the way, Min, someone in the chat pointed out that on your team screen in the bottom left corner, next to whoever, you can see the name of who's sharing their screen. You can actually zoom in yourself if you need.
Okay, here we go. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Glad you're all
okay.
set. You see what I
Thank
mean?
you,
Min?
Jesse.
I
Yeah,
had no
yeah,
idea
I
about
got
that.
you right now. Oh, okay. Finally, I figure out how to see it. Ah, it's very small. Yeah.
I also wanted to point out, someone in the chat brought up the idea of people who are like government members can create a free POSIT account and they can use RStudio on the cloud. You just wouldn't be able to use our tools and all the packages would be binary. Do you think this is a potential option for folks who are having trouble with like R just like not working correctly? I mean, I think it's best for them to have a program.
Yeah.
But if, you know, push comes to shove and there's some issue with downloading or your IT restrictions or something, which I mean, there really shouldn't be. This is a open source data analysis program, but whatever. That could be another option.
Yeah, I prefer have something installed on my own computer and
Yeah.
yeah, especially some package. I don't think I'm not sure like a split R, right? When we run high split using R, I have to install that package from GitHub. I'm not sure we have that package on cloud or not. And I think that's the only time I'm thinking about the have it installed on my own computer. But for this training purpose, it's totally fine, right? You can use whatever, I mean, online version of R to do this training.
Yeah. That way you at least become familiar with just working in it. It should probably work the same. But if you're looking to utilize this for your job and do analysis and whatnot, it's probably a better idea for you to have the program downloaded on your computer. You can always refer back to this stuff because frankly, I don't know about anyone else. When I am coding, I never, or like when I'm working in R, I pretty much am always referring to like other scripts I've worked on. Because you know, I'm not going to memorize everything R can do. And I'm just like, oh, how do I do this again? Oh, right, I did it when I made these graphs or when I tidied this data set. So I go back to it and I can use that again. So definitely better to have everything on your computer, but like Min said, for training purposes, that's probably okay.
And one thing about this is before our training, make sure you have R and RStudio being installed and list, or you have the access to this online R software, so you can do the hands-on typing and playing during this training and gain the most from this training. During this limited 1 hour, I think that's the best way to take this training. I mean, just watching the recording, I don't think that's that much helpful. I mean, it can be helpful, but I don't think that's the best way to learn R. I always think the more you practice, more typing, the better you can get used to it. And finally, you can get rid of Excel for doing your routine data analysis work. I don't think we can address every question. If we couldn't address every question today and after this meeting, and you send us a message on Teams, and we can help you to resolve your individual technical problems. And we hope everyone can have the software installed and be able to download the library and load the library. So I guess the first day we probably gonna call some libraries. Yeah.
And also the training, I might have said next week. My brain is mashed potatoes. The training
Next
actually
2
starts in 2 weeks. Yeah. It
Yeah.
starts July 23rd on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So plenty of time in between then if you are still having trouble to reach out to us. You know, hopefully not, but totally feel free. And another friendly reminder, Jesse did put this in the chat earlier, but if you do not have access to the Teams page right now, double check your email because your invitation to the group comes through your email. But if you haven't, just reach out to her or us again and we'll make sure that you're added. And I'll probably send out a reminder email maybe the end of next week or Monday the following week to remind everyone that the training is starting. Because, you know, summertime, we get distracted.
Yes, I think that's good. And as I said, if you have any technical issues, I mean, if we can help, we're gonna help definitely. And sometimes that's if it's an IT problem, probably you need to work with your IT to figure it out. And also, one thing that reminded me is I would think it will be better to some like the beginners to share your screen, right? I shared my screen at the beginning to show this instruction how to install everything, but I can tell maybe there's still something because I go it too fast and probably you didn't catch it. So in the formal training, we will ask the trainees to share your screen, so we know, yeah, we can better control the pace.
Yeah, because definitely like trying to follow someone while they're typing can be challenging.
Yeah, I think so.
Especially if you're brand new to this. And
Yeah.
because of the nature of how R works and if you just mistype one thing, you're getting an error and then you're like, oh my God, what did I do? So that's why Min had this awesome idea of having you guys take turns sharing your screen. I know it like puts a lot of pressure, but this is training. It's really no pressure. And that's like the best way we feel like you guys will actually learn, because then someone who's going your pace is showing you what to do. So, but happy to have feedback on that, you know?
Yeah, and I know sometimes it's hard you have a training material you need to watch and then simultaneously you need to type. Okay, maybe you can
Yeah.
arrange those two windows very well. So you can watch two things simultaneously and probably you're gonna be very busy during the training. But I do think that's the best way to use this 1 hour training to learn as much as you could and also practice your programming skill. And also I think make errors or mistakes during the demo. That's a good way to learn as well. We always make mistakes and we learn from some mistakes as well. So do not afraid of making mistakes during programming. So that's very common.
All right. Any last questions? I'm scanning the chat and I don't see anything super pressing. Definitely. So Jessie put her email in the chat. If you have not received a Teams invitation, please email her. Yeah. Any last questions, anybody? All right. Well, I know this was like kind of a lot, but hang in there. I feel like once the training actually really starts, and we have a little bit more of like a system going and we'll have a couple people constantly checking the chat, then it should hopefully go a little more smoothly. But we appreciate your interest and hanging in there.
Yeah, and don't forget to send us a email or message if you have any technical question regarding R for today's content, and we look forward to learn together with you.
Yeah. See you guys in a few weeks and stay hydrated and cool.
Yeah,
Thank
Leah.
you. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.